The alien fleet arrived above Earth, without fear. Their ships were massive, smooth, shining with blue energy shields. Compared to them, Earth looked small. Weak. Inside the alien flagship, commanders watched images of human cities, armies, and weapons. What they saw made them laugh. "Is that a weapon?" one alien asked, pointing at a human rifle on the screen. "It throws small metal pieces," another said, amused. "No energy core, no plasma charge, no shield breaker." The room filled with laughter. Human tanks were scanned next, slow, heavy. Based on explosions instead of light. "Primitive," the alien commander said. "They still use fire and metal." Missiles appeared on the screen. Large, loud, simple. One alien leaned back in his seat. "These weapons belong in a museum," he said. "Not on a battlefield." The alien council watching the feed agreed. Humanity had survived by luck, not strength. They believed humans had never faced a true advanced enemy. The alien delegation landed openly. No stealth. No caution. They arrived as inspectors, not invaders. Human leaders met them outside a military base. The alien commander stepped forward, tall and calm. "We are here to evaluate your defensive capabilities," he said, "to decide if your species is a threat or irrelevant." Behind him, alien soldiers stood proudly. Their armor glowed. Energy shields shimmered around them like invisible walls. Human soldiers stood opposite. No glowing armor, no shields, just helmets, uniforms, and weapons made of steel. The aliens laughed again. "You plan to defend your planet with these?" the commander asked. The human general did not smile. "These weapons have protected us for centuries," he said. The alien waved dismissively. "Against yourselves," he replied. "Not against us." The inspection began. Aliens walked through human bases, scanning everything. Rifles, machine guns, artillery. Every scan confirmed the same thing. Low technology, low energy output, low efficiency. Alien scientists whispered among themselves. "These weapons cannot penetrate our shields. They cannot harm our armor. This species is harmless." One alien soldier walked up to a mounted human gun. He tapped it with his claw. "This is a joke," he said. More laughter followed. A human officer stepped forward. "There is something you should understand," he said carefully. The alien commander raised an eyebrow. "Oh," he replied. "Go on, entertain us." The officer's voice was calm. "Our weapons are not designed to look impressive." The aliens chuckled. "They are designed to kill," the officer continued. The laughter grew louder. "Kill who?" the commander asked. "Each other?" The human officer did not answer. He only looked at the alien soldiers standing confidently behind their shields. The alien commander made a decision. "This inspection is boring," he said. "Let us end it with a demonstration." Human leaders exchanged uneasy looks. "A demonstration?" the general asked. "Yes," the alien replied. "Fire one of your weapons at us." Gasps spread through the human ranks. The alien raised a hand. "Do not worry," he said smugly. "Our shields are perfect." Alien soldiers stepped forward and formed a line. Energy shields flared brighter. The commander smiled. "Show us your best." The human general hesitated. "This is a mistake," he warned. The alien laughed louder than before. "We are not afraid of your toys," Silence fell. The human general turned to a single soldier, a young man holding a standard rifle. "Wait for my signal," the general said quietly. The alien commander crossed his arms. "Well?" he asked. The general took a deep breath. He raised his hand and lowered it. The soldier pulled the trigger. The sound was sharp, not loud like an explosion, not bright like plasma, just a hard, sudden crack. The human rifle fired. The metal bullet crossed the short distance between the soldier and the alien. Line in less than a second. The aliens were still. Smiling, they did not move. Why would they? Their shields had stopped meteor strikes. Their armor had survived plasma storms. A small piece of metal meant nothing. The bullet struck the first alien shield. There was a flash. A sharp, ugly sound followed. The shield flickered. For the first time, an alien stopped smiling. The bullet did not bounce away. It slowed, compressed, then forced its way through. The shield shattered like glass. Silence slammed into the field. The bullet continued. It hit the alien armor beneath. Armor designed to resist heat and energy. But the bullet carried force. Pure, violent force. The armor cracked. The alien soldier was thrown backward. He hit the ground, hard and did not move. For several seconds, no one spoke. Alien soldiers stared at their fallen comrade. Human soldiers froze. The alien commander's eyes widened. "That," he said slowly, "is not possible." The human rifle smoked lightly. The soldier lowered it, hand shaking. The general did not look away from the aliens. "That was one round," he said quietly. The alien commander raised a trembling hand. "Medic," he ordered. Alien medics rushed forward. They scanned the fallen soldier. Their scanners screamed warnings. Internal damage. Structural failure. Vital systems offline. One medic looked up in horror. "He is dead," she whispered. The word echoed like a shockwave. Dead. From a single human weapon. The alien commander stepped back. His confidence cracked. "You said your weapons were primitive," he said, staring at the human general. "They are," the general replied. The alien shook his head. "No," he said. "They are brutal." Alien soldiers tightened their formation. Shields flared brighter. Weapons powered up. Tension filled the air. Another hook of fear pulled tight. Were the aliens about to attack? The human general raised his hand again. "Stop," he said. He looked at the alien commander. "You asked for a demonstration," he continued. "That was the smallest one we could give." The alien commander swallowed. "That bullet," he said. "How did it bypass our shield?" The human officer stepped forward. "It didn't bypass it," he said. "It overwhelmed it." The aliens looked confused. "Our shields are designed for energy," the officer explained. "Heat? Plasma? Light?" He paused. "They are weak against mass," he added. "Against something that refuses to stop." The alien commander stared at the rifle. "That is only one weapon," he said. "Surely the rest are the same." The human general nodded. "Yes," he replied. "And some are much worse." A new silence followed. The alien commander tried to regain control. "This proves nothing," he said loudly. "One lucky shot." The human general looked at him. "Then allow a second," he said. The alien hesitated. Fear flickered across his face. But pride won. Very well, he said. One more. Another alien soldier stepped forward. His armor was heavier. His shield stronger. The human soldier adjusted his stance. Another hook of suspense tightened. Would it happen again? The general nodded. The trigger was pulled. This time, the result was faster. The shield cracked instantly. The bullet punched through armor. And body the alien fell without a sound. 2 shots. 2 dead. No explosion. No warning, just silence. The alien line broke. Several soldiers stepped back. Some lowered their weapons. Fear spread faster than plasma fire ever could. The alien commander raised both hands. Enough, he shouted. The humans stopped. The soldier lowered his rifle again. The alien commander's voice shook. These weapons, he said, they are not advanced. No, the general replied calmly. They are simple. The commander looked up. Then why are they so effective? The human answered without pride. Because humans learned a long time ago, he said, that wars are not won by beauty. He looked at the fallen aliens. They are won by things that work every time. Alien leaders began whispering urgently. There! Scanners replayed the footage again and again. Low dash tech. High damage. Reliable. A terrifying combination. One alien advisor spoke softly. They built weapons, assuming failure, she said. Not perfection. Another whispered. They built them to kill anything that bleeds. The alien commander looked at the human general. His voice was different now. Careful? You have more weapons like this? He asked. The general nodded. Double quotes thousands, he said. And bigger ones. The alien commander closed his eyes. The laughter from before felt very far away. He finally understood. Humans did not build weapons to scare others. They built them because one day someone would laugh at them and pull the trigger. The battlefield was silent. 2 alien soldiers lay dead on the ground. No fire, no explosions, no dramatic energy blasts, just metal, blood, and stillness. The alien commander stared at the bodies. His scanners confirmed what his eyes already knew. Human weapons worked too well. We need answers, he said quietly. The inspection was no longer a joke. An emergency meeting was called inside the alien flagship. Holographic screens filled the chamber. Human generals stood on one side, alien commanders on the other. The mood had changed completely. No laughter, no jokes, only caution. The alien commander spoke first. You said your weapons are simple, he said. Explain why they defeated our shields. A human officer stepped forward. Our weapons are not designed to fight technology, he said. They are designed to fight reality. The aliens did not understand. Reality? One asked. Yes, the human replied. Gravity? Momentum? Failure? Death. The aliens ordered a deeper scan. Not of weapons, of history, human war history. I hesitated before displaying the results. The numbers appeared. Wars, thousands battles, uncountable casualties. Billions. The alien chamber went quiet. One alien whispered, this species destroyed itself so many times and survived. The footage began playing ancient human wars. Blades and arrows. Then guns. Tanks, missiles, weapons, growing not prettier but deadlier. Another hook hit hard. Humans had never stopped fighting. They only learned how to do it better. An alien scientist leaned closer. They didn't evolve weapons for conquest, she said. They evolved them for survival. The alien commander's voice was tense. Show me their doctrine, he ordered. The AI displayed a human phrase. If it can fail, it will. Alien minds struggled with it. Why build weapons expecting failure? One asked. A human general answered. Because soldiers are scared, he said. Machines break. Plans collapse. He paused. Our weapons must work when everything else goes wrong. The aliens replayed the firing footage again. The bullet dot slow, unglamorous, but unstoppable. They do not rely on perfection, an alien whispered. They rely on inevitability. Another hook settled in. Alien weapons were elegant. Human weapons were cruel. The alien commander turned back to the humans. Why did you not tell us this? He asked. The human general's answer was simple. You didn't ask, he said, and you laughed. Outside the flagship, alien soldiers moved differently now. Careful, alert. They watched human troops with new eyes. Not as weak creatures, but as survivors of endless violence. One alien soldier spoke quietly to another. They fight like predators. He said. No, the other replied. They fight like prey. That learned to bite back. The alien council sent a message. Humanity was no longer classified as harmless. A new label appeared. Potential combat hazard species. Still not enemies, but no longer irrelevant. Yet some alien leaders were not convinced. They were lucky shots. One argued, our technology is still superior. The commander looked at the war footage again, at cities burning. At soldiers? Fighting in mud and fire? No, he said slowly. They are not lucky. He leaned forward. They are experienced. Another alien raised a disturbing question. If humans fight like this against their own kind, what would they do to us in a real war? No one answered. The silence was enough. The alien commander requested another demonstration. Not one weapon, many human. Artillery, missiles. Tanks, the human general hesitated. You don't want that? He warned. The alien commander looked tired now. I think we do, he said. Because deep down, he already knew the truth. The aliens had spent centuries perfecting weapons. Humans had spent thousands of years using them. As the meeting ended, one final human file appeared on the screen. A simple sentence. Humans do not fight to dominate. They fight so the fighting stops. The alien commander stared at it for a long time. He finally understood why the trigger mattered. It was not about the weapon, it was about the species behind it. The alien commander did not sleep that cycle. Images of shattered shields and fallen soldiers replayed again and again in his mind. Human weapons were not advanced, yet they killed. That fact disturbed him more than any enemy fleet ever had. At dawn, he made a choice. We will observe a full human battle demonstration, he announced. Gasps spread through the alien ranks. A battlefield test was not part of the plan, but curiosity and fear had taken control. The demonstration site was chosen far from cities. A wide, empty plain. Human forces arrived first. Tanks rolled into position. Artillery units deployed. Missile crews stood ready. No music. No speeches, just preparation. Alien observers watched from behind. Energy barriers high above the ground. Their scanners were active, recording everything. One alien officer scoffed quietly. "They prepare like this for outdated weapons," he said. Another answered softly. "Or they prepare because they expect everything to go wrong." That thought unsettled him. The alien commander gave the signal. "Begin," he ordered. The human general raised his hand, then dropped it. The ground shook. Artillery thundered, not with bright beams or glowing energy, but with violence. Shells tore through the air and slammed into distant targets. Explosions ripped the earth apart. Shockwaves rolled outward. Alien shields flared automatically in response. Their sensors screamed warnings. Impact forces exceeding predicted limits. Structural failure, probability rising. The aliens stared in disbelief. Human artillery was inaccurate by their standards, but it did not matter. There was too much of it, too fast, too relentless. Next came the tanks. They advanced, slowly, heavy, unstoppable. Alien observers laughed nervously. "They're slow," one said. "Yes," another replied. "But nothing stops them." Human tank cannons fired. Each shot was pure force. Alien targets advanced. Drones with active shields were torn apart. Not melted. Not vaporized, crushed. A hook of fear tightened in the alien commander's chest. Then came the missiles. The alien smiled again. Finally, one said, "We can track these." They watched as the missiles launched fast, loud, unsubtle. Alien defense systems activated instantly. Energy beams locked on. Missiles were destroyed mid-air. The aliens relaxed. Until more missiles followed, and more. Some were intercepted. Others slipped through. One missile struck an alien shield generator, placed for testing. The explosion tore it apart. The shield collapsed instantly. The aliens froze. Human missiles were not smarter. They were overwhelming. The human general spoke calmly over the channel. "We assume you can stop some of them," he said. "We never assume you can stop all of them." The alien commander felt a chill. Finally, the humans stopped. Smoke drifted across the battlefield. Craters scarred the ground. Targets were gone. Not damaged, gone. The alien observers were silent. Their scanners showed the truth. Human weapons were inefficient, messy. Wasteful. But terrifyingly effective. One alien scientist broke the silence. "They fight like this, knowing people will die," she said. The human general answered quietly. "Yes," he replied. "That's why we try very hard not to fight." That answer hurt more than any explosion. The alien commander turned to his advisors. "Our weapons are built to win clean wars," he said. He looked back at the smoking field. "Their weapons are built to end wars." Another hook landed heavy. Aliens fought with pride. Humans fought with fear. Fear of losing. Fear of extinction. Fear of never standing up again. An alien officer whispered, "If they ever truly turn these weapons on us," the commander finished the thought, "there will be no second chance." Demonstration ended. Human forces began packing up. Efficient? Quiet? No. Celebration? No pride. Just soldiers checking equipment and moving on. Alien observers watched them with new eyes. These were not barbarians. These were survivors. A message arrived from the Alien Council. Reassess humanity immediately. The classification changed again. Humanity, Extreme combat survivors, still not enemies, still not allies, but no longer something to laugh at. The alien commander stared at the battlefield one last time. He finally understood the mistake Pangaea had made. They had judged weapons by how advanced they looked. Humans judged weapons by whether they worked when everything else failed. And somewhere deep inside, he knew. The most dangerous moment had already passed. The moment humans pulled the trigger. The alien fleet did not celebrate after the demonstration. There was no victory cheer. No proud signals sent home. Only silence. Inside the alien flagship, commanders stood around the holographic battlefield replay. Again and again, the images showed. The same thing: alien shields breaking, machines crushed, formations collapsing. Not because humans were faster, not because they were more advanced, but because they refused to stop. The alien commander finally spoke. They didn't overpower us, he said quietly. They endured us. That thought was worse. Across the galaxy, emergency council channels opened. Alien leaders appeared one by one. Their faces tense. Human weapons were discussed in detail. Kinetic force, redundancy, overwhelming pressure. One strategist leaned forward. These weapons are not elegant, he said. They are built for chaos. Another replied, no. They are built because chaos is guaranteed. That sentence changed the room. When the human delegation was invited back, the tone was different. No mocking, no jokes, only questions. The alien council leader addressed the human general. You could have continued the attack, she said. You didn't? The human general nodded. Double quotes. We stopped because you stopped, he replied. A pause followed. And if we hadn't? She asked. The general did not hesitate. Then we would still be firing. He said, not a threat, a fact. The council reviewed human behavior carefully. Humans warned before firing. They asked permission. They demonstrated only what was required. No chasing retreating forces. No unnecessary destruction. One alien whispered. They controlled themselves, even while holding weapons capable of ending us. That frightened the room. As discussions continued, a deeper fear emerged. If humans fought like this with simple weapons, what were they holding back? The council demanded access to human military doctrine. The files were brief, cold, honest statements appeared on the screen. Assume equipment failure. Assume heavy losses. End the fight quickly. An alien scholar spoke slowly. They do not plan to win cleanly, he said. They plan to survive. Hours passed. Arguments grew softer. Resistance weakened. Finally, the council reached the truth no one wanted to say aloud. Humans were not dangerous because they enjoyed violence. They were dangerous because they understood it too well. The alien commander met the human general privately. When we arrived, the commander admitted, we believed your species was weak. The general did not react. We saw simple weapons, the commander continued, and assumed simple minds. The human smiled faintly. That happens a lot, he said. The commander straightened. You could have destroyed us today, he said. Yes, the general agreed. And yet you stopped. The general looked away. Because we know what comes after, he said. And it's never worth it. That answer changed everything. Not the weapons, not the explosions, that answer. The Alien Council issued a revised status report. Humanity was no longer labeled primitive. A new line was added. Extreme capability, extreme restraint. Alien fleets prepared to withdraw. This time, not in shame, but with care. Before leaving orbit, the alien commander sent a final message. "We misjudged you," he said. We laughed. The human general replied calmly. "You won't be the last," he said. The commander hesitated. "What happens if someone else laughs?" he asked. The general answered softly. "Then we hope they listen, before we have to explain again." As the alien ships pulled away, human soldiers stood down. Weapons were cleaned. Vehicles powered off. No celebrations followed. Humans returned to training, because to them, this was not a victory. It was a warning avoided, far across the galaxy. New rules were quietly taught. Never provoke humans, never mock their weapons, but, most importantly, never assume humans fight for pride. Because when humans finally pull the trigger, it is not to impress, it is to make sure they never have to pull it again. The council hall felt different now. Not loud. Not proud. Careful. Alien leaders from many systems sat in silence, replaying what they had seen. Broken shields, crushed machines, and human soldiers who stopped firing the moment they were told to. Stop. That was the part no one could forget. If humans could end the fight so quickly, why did they choose not to? That question echoed through the hall long before anyone spoke. The council speaker finally stood. "We have reviewed everything," she said. "Your weapons, your history, and your restraint." Human representatives stood calmly before her. No armor, no visible weapons. Just people. "When we arrived," the speaker continued, "we believed strength came from technology." She paused. "We were wrong." The room remained silent, but the meaning was clear. Humans had shown a different kind of strength, one that did not glow or hum or shine. The treaty terms appeared in the air. No forced disarmament. No occupation. No control. Humanity would remain independent in return. Humans would open communication channels and share defensive knowledge. Not weapons. That detail mattered. Humans were not offering power, they were offering understanding. The vote began, one by one. Lights changed color, green, all of them. The galaxy had chosen peace. Not because humans demanded it, but because no one wanted to find out. What happened if they didn't? Later, an alien historian requested an audience with the human general. "May I ask you something?" The historian said. The general nodded. "You could have defeated us," the historian said. "Why did you stop?" The general thought for a moment. "Because we've already lost too much," he replied. The historian frowned. "Lost what?" The general looked toward the stars. "Time," he said. "People. Pieces of ourselves." That answer was recorded and shared across alien space. Not as a threat. As a warning, as alien fleets withdrew from Earth's orbit, something unexpected happened. Human defense systems powered down no tracking beams, no aggressive posture. The alien commanders noticed. "They trust us," one said quietly, another shook. Her head, "No," she replied. "They trust that they don't need to chase us." That realization settled deep. Back on Earth, there were no celebrations. Soldiers returned to routine training. Engineers returned to work. Life moved forward. Humans did not see this as a victory. They saw it as a day without war. And that was enough. In alien academies, new lessons replaced old ones. Human case studies were added. Not about strategy, about mindset. Students learned that humans expected failure, planned for loss, and still moved forward. That was why their weapons worked. Not because they were advanced, but because humans built them knowing things would go wrong. A young alien cadet once asked his instructor, "Why do humans still use such simple weapons?" The instructor answered slowly, "Because simple things are honest," he said. "They don't pretend to be more than they are." The cadet thought for a moment. "Then why don't humans improve them further?" The instructor smiled sadly. "Because humans already know how far those weapons can go." Years later, a final update was added to the Galactic records. Humanity Final Assessment. Humans are not conquerors. They are not heroes. Survivors who learned violence early and restraint late. Another line followed, quieter but stronger. They do not seek war. But when war is forced upon them, they finish it. The galaxy never laughed at human weapons again. Not because of fear, but because everyone understood what came next if the laughter returned. Humans did not want to pull the trigger, but they knew exactly when to do it, and that knowledge alone was enough to keep the stars quiet.